The dream is real. Ladies and gentlemen, it is your lifestyle specialist, Kenny Burns, reporting live from the safest place on earth. I call it start the show. Start the show. AKA Loveland. That's right. And today on the Kenny Burns Show, ladies and gentlemen, I have my beautiful, illustrious panel of superheroes, and they glowing. Ooh, yeah, it's the pink from me. Kendra, a.k.a. 4K, how you doing, baby? Yeah.
I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, it looks expensive. It looks Chanel. It's giving luxury. Okay? Keep those round of applause going. I love her in real life. What up, Joe? Sheryl Rae Reid, what's up, baby?
Hey, y'all.
Yeah. Kendra, you like that? We here? You felt that?
We here.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm so excited today. Maybe because y'all fine. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start off today by telling you the name of episode 62. Bars! Huh? I'm on fire. It's almost the holidays. And ladies and gentlemen, I came up with this name because I watched a Netflix movie called Leave the World Behind. All right, round of applause for Leave the World Behind. Yes, and today's episode is called The Apocalypse. Now, if you're a fan of the Kenny Burns Show, if you tune in to be informed, inspired, or impacted, we do that every week, and we talk about how the ecosystem of the world is just going to hell in a handbasket. Yes, we do. We talk about it because it's just things happening, right? That literally are not explainable, but very understood, if you dig what I'm saying. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to go somewhere with that meaning, what I just said. I feel like the Netflix movie, Leave the World Behind, made me think of all the conversations we've ever had. I swear to God, we talk about the Hunger Games. We talk about the haves and the have-nots. We talk about all these things. And ladies and gentlemen, it started when we was kids. Let's go back. If you go back to the Terminator, if you think about the Terminator, have you ever seen the Terminator? If you've not seen the Terminator, shoot yourself in the face. I just feel the Terminator was setting us up for everything we're seeing right now. John Connor went into the future. He made the robot that came back and the slamming right now. I was at Tesla doing Art Basel. They got the robot in the showroom. Mm-hmm. It was a robot. Y'all saw I put the truck. I'm getting the truck. I'm falling into the matrix. I can't even help myself. I just don't know what to do. The car start without me, drive without me, talk to me when I don't want to be talked to. But I'm getting the car. But ladies and gentlemen, they had a robot in the dealership. And I was like, what is the robot's function going to be? He said, eventually, whatever you want. I said, hold that thought. Hold up. What do you mean? Everything I want. Watch the kids. I'm like, you're lying. Now, mind you, I think he was playing, but they not playing, y'all. They are not playing. And I want to talk about these movies because I know y'all seen some movies that made y'all think. You got Terminator, you got iRobot, you got War of the Worlds, and it's coming true. Is the things that you watch, or are they now just starting to resonate with you? Because as kids, we was fans. Oh my God, yo, that'd be so dope if I could have a pet robot. Now, You talk to Siri, and she reply. You don't talk to Siri, she got something to say. So how do y'all feel about it? Because I know y'all like me, we are kindred spirits. But these movies are telling stories about the future for real.
Think about the Jetsons when we were kids.
Facts.
The Jetsons, when they were talking and you look up on the screen, they was talking. That's our FaceTime, right?
Right.
You had Rosie, who was the robot maid. That's probably what Tesla's making. Like
Rosie!
Robot nanny / I mean, you could take this stuff from way back when we, like you said, when we were kids. So that's what it reminds me of. Some of the things that they showed us back then is actually coming into fruition.
Absolutely. Sugar, you about to say something?
I was just going to say the Jetsons too, and we have not talked about this because we did not know what this topic was until we got here.
That's right.
But really, the Jetsons, literally almost everything that they've done, they did back then, we're doing now. So it's like, I wonder, did people already know where we were headed?
Yeah.
Or have things like advanced based on where we are and what's going on. I don't know, but it's a little bit creepy for sure.
No, listen. I love y'all. And I love this place. I swear, like, it's so true, but even like The Simpsons. Yo, The Simpsons have predicted the fucking future. It's been several times that The Simpsons have put something on television and it's come true. Now, I don't know about the mediums, Sugar. I don't know about, you know what I'm saying, these people that be knowing the future, like the lady that was talking about the Kim Porter thing 5 months ago. I mean, it's documented. It was put on YouTube. She said this whole thing that was gonna come out about Puff, basically, and how she was having conversations with Kim Porter. God rest her day. Gave the date.
She sure did. To the day. So I think that there is an ability to forecast, and that's what I was saying even about Leave the World Behind on Netflix. Like, the little girl in the joint has some kind of connection. And then the guy who owned the house, and I'm not telling y'all the whole thing, but the guy that owned the house, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had knew some things because he was close to the very, very rich, the very, very powerful. You know what I mean? But then, you know, I was thinking about like how, you know, this misinformation comes our way, right? The misinformation is the spreading of false narratives and programming through entertainment and media, right? So it's like you're told these things and you're like, wait, like, do I believe it? It's like the Russians during that election. Like, they was going crazy. A friend of mine actually just told me that her grade school, where her daughter goes, basically sent some information about Russians, like trying to and it was not a real thing, but it might be a real thing. You know what I mean? It's like the patterns and what we're seeing in the media. It continuously takes us down the rabbit hole, so that we get so far in the dark that we're really not like tapped into what is really going on. Tiffany and I were talking this morning, and it was like, damn, like we get all this misinformation and these lies and this rhetoric, and because of social media and the way that we are fed this stuff, it's like, how can you not believe it? So many people are saying it, you know? And it's also making us clones.
It's almost like, okay, so is it that it is predicting the future, or is it out there and then we mimic it so it becomes the future?
I love that.
So I don't know.
No, we're cloning. We're definitely being cloned. We're definitely falling into the sequences of what we see and what we hear. We don't have, you know, and that's the thing about like our reality. It's like monkey see, monkey do. You know what I'm saying? The lack of education, the fact that, you know, it's a consumer driven society, like all these things keep playing into like how we act, how we show up. I mean, think about it. Where's our version of Martin Luther King? Where's our version of Malcolm X? Where's our version of Rosa Parks? Where's our version of all the people that stood for something? Like we are on the hamster wheel, not realizing those sides have no cage. Like it's just a repetitive thing. I mean, I know y'all got to see it in your everyday lives. I mean, you teachers, you're a mother. Like you see the repetitions on psycho speed.
Well, like Sugar was saying, is it a mimic or were they preparing us? That's another aspect to look at it. They show us something and kind of embed it in our heads. So when it do come to fruition, it's like, oh, well, this is what it is.
Right.
So they could be testing certain things and then putting it out there, and then it comes up, and then we're like, oh, well, that's normal. But it really isn't normal. Just like the cloning thing. Yeah. I was watching something on Netflix in regards to cloning, and those people were cloning dogs, like in real life.
Yeah.
They were showing how a dog would die, and they would take some of the DNA and embed it into another dog,
right.
And then that dog would have I'm like, who wants to do that?
Listen,
like, I'm not doing any of that.
I think Tiffany's a clone. And she's sitting here to get me. That's what the fuck I think. Well, Sugar, what was you about to say?
Somebody need to get him.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, somebody do.
Sugar, what you was about to say?
Nothing.
Okay. So listen, but you right though, Kendra, aka 4K. You say I'm lessening on the nicknames because people.
Yeah, thank you.
I love it.
Oh yeah, they added a name. It's 5K now.
What's the other name?
Karma.
Oh,
She
shit.
said, I am karma.
I am oh Lord.
I thought,
Karma,
it's
Keisha,
podcast,
Kendra, Coco, and Kenya. Jesus Christ. We done got 5K, child. All right. But you're right though. Like, were they giving us messages the whole time? I can't believe that people aren't that smart. When you look at the technology that exists, when you look at what Steve Jobs created with Apple alone, right? When you look at like, you know, what Google has created where it can speak back to you in another language, you know what I'm saying? If you type it, I mean, the whole thing is every movie we've ever seen. But I also, at the same time, think that maybe people have gotten ideas from those offerings. Because I don't know that, you know, I believe the Jets, I mean, to your point, Kendra, like, round of applause for your face and your pink jacket, but the fucking fact that you said that the Jets were FaceTiming is a motherfucking real thing. They was FaceTime. I remember when you said it, I was like, oh shit. They were talking on, you know what I'm saying? But like, you got to think that humans pick up on things and then emulate, right? Or like create, right? And then the ones that are obviously smarter, they go the extra step further and actually make history. So child, you know, the inner conspiracy theorist is coming out.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, because y'all think about what I'm about to say. We don't even have individual aspirations anymore. Like, when you look at like the Kim Kardashian body, and you got black women who invented the body, trying to emulate the more cookie cutter version, the more low waist, even leg, even torso version. I mean, you're reconstructing God's natural creation. And my thing is like this, I swear for God, anybody that feels you need that and feels you need to supplement a deformity because I'm with you, I get it. But I'm talking about these 20-somethings that ain't even had a ass drop yet. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about they ain't had no children so that natural wiggle room could come. Like, it's the non-individualism for me. Because I'm not gonna say I started bald head and beard, but I swear for God, I lost my hair naturally and had to go bald. And next thing I saw was motherfuckers with perfectly good heads of hair going bald.
Oh my God.
I'm not fucking playing with y'all.
Seriously.
Back in the day, Tiffany and I were talking about this, Sugar. Back in the day, if you saw a dread, it was almost like Wagwan, Rasta them. Like, it was like you knew it was some Jalayan going on. There was no motherfucker. Every kid in America has little nasty ass dreads. Is that like individualism? And even when you can adore and respect, I go back to the dread thing again. All my Rastas. Like, it was a way of life. It was a way of life. It was a commitment to a certain way of life. But there's no individuals anymore. How do y'all feel about that? In my opinion, there's no individuals. Not many.
Unfortunately, we are in a situation and in a world where everybody wants to be like somebody else because everybody else is perfect is what we see portrayed in our faces. So, like, I mean, I don't have anything against Kim Kardashian
at all,
but I'm 100% good with what I got.
Yes,
because it ain't nothing wrong with what I got. Because if that's what she needed to do to feel good about herself, or if that's what she wanted to do just because that's what she wanted to do, more power to her and more power to all of the ladies who choose to do that. But it ain't got nothing to do with how good I look or how good I feel and what attracts the people that I want to attract.
Yes.
I'm good.
And you know what though, Sugar, the main thing about that is that you got to live with yourself. You keep doing all this stuff to your body and it don't work out. It's a never-ending cycle of fixing it. Y'all don't realize some of y'all look fucking crazy. I understand a little with the lift or even boobs. I understand even if you did want to get a little and a little curve, but the way y'all going about it is you'll never be satisfied. You're going to keep being in search of this perfect thing. And let me tell y'all something that is 100%, 1,000 million trillion effect. You are going to grow older. You are going to grow older. And when you grow old, there are things that come with that as it adheres to your body. Things drop, things move to the side, things do things that you cannot possibly be projecting or forecasting getting this type of shit done to yourself. And then the health ramifications.
It happens to dudes too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know many dudes.
No. This is what I'm saying. Some dudes, like, let's just say dudes from undergrad.
Yeah.
They didn't have a grown man weight. When that grown man weight hit.
Oh, right. Facts.
Now you a whole different man.
Facts.
Like, you're a man. So I agree with that, but it's just the double standard. Yeah,
it is a double standard. It's whacked the way that we as men make women feel about how they should show up, because but then it's also too the thing now when you're looking at the way women are treating men. And I'm going back to this Leave the World Behind thing on Netflix. Like, there was a sequence in this joint that is definitely dealing with race. It's definitely dealing with class. And when you get to the haves and have-nots of things, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I'm calling this episode The Apocalypse is because it's everything going out the door. I'm damn near saying the way you show up, how you look, what you got on, all that shit going out the door. If y'all want to know the main thing we idolize right now, money and success, if that's what you idolize and there's no financial exchange anymore, money doesn't mean anything, what's popping? Who are you showing up? What you gonna be able to do? And as a matter of fact, I want to say this to everybody listening, because I'm not trying to get you ready for the real apocalypse, but you can see the way the world is going. There gonna be some sick motherfuckers in power, and sick motherfuckers in power do sick motherfucking shit. Okay? And all of y'all that don't own no property, all of y'all that don't have no relationships with people that do own property, don't let that go over your head, because everybody don't have the means. But if you got a relationship, your family members, your friends, somewhere you could go, if that motherfucking alarm go off and then pamphlets start getting dropped out the sky, hello? You better think about where you can go. And I want to say this too, because in this Netflix special, they had bunkers and shit. For the first time ever, after watching this shit, just was like, we putting the bunker over there with Tiffany at tomorrow. Like, but then even with the bunkers and shit, y'all, like, you can't get away from radiation. That door got to open at one point. The best thing, I think, and I want to know what you feel, Kendra, because I know you're a homeowner too. I'm buying shit after the pandemic. I started buying, listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. I started buying shit to create a fortress in the event of. You think I'm lying? When I bought my property on a 6-acre plot, it was 2 other owners. I've been waiting for their asses to sell. Got one, about to get the other. Guess what I'm doing when I get the other one? I'm building a wall. Oh yeah, I'm on my Donald Dump. I'm building a motherfucking wall. You think I'm motherfucking playing? Ladies and gentlemen, I've been on this property for almost a decade. I done had people run through my yard chasing their dog. Just things that, you'll never see in hello, you know what I'm saying? You would just never see that. It'd be knock on the door, excuse me, I think Coco ran through your yard. Can I go in the back and try to find? These motherfuckers came to my house one time. Let me tell you why I'm getting ready for the apocalypse, y'all. Motherfucker came to my house one time. Motherfucker looked like he was on methamphetamine. You hear me? White man. And I'm looking at the motherfucker. If you ever sold drugs, been around a drug addict, know somebody, you know that jaw. That motherfucker's jaw getting going, and the motherfucker be trying, you know what I'm saying? We used to call it the cocaine jaw. Motherfucking crackhead be like, can I get, it's that jaw. That motherfucker at my front door with the jaw. Now, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, a ring was installed. Yo, can I give you a story time? Come on, shit.
This is story time.
Listen, so this white man shows up to my door, okay? I'm looking through the thing for the first time in my life, actually in fear. Now, mind you, the Donald Dump thing is happening. All types of weird shit with my white friends is going on. It ain't no holidays together no more. I am confused. So I am slightly scared. I looked through the window. I was like, how you doing?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Comes off, like approachable. So I open the door.
Yeah, man, I just wanted to know, man, like, my family used to live here.
I'm like, oh, word. I said, okay, cool. Mind you, before I went to the door, went to the kitchen, got a big-ass knife in the back of my motherfucking belt side on the right-hand side, just in case. Didn't have no gun in the house at the time. I want you to follow this story. Ladies and gentlemen, he started talking about my family, this, that, and the third.
Yeah, man, shit went left. And my sister got on drugs, and then her husband got on drugs.
And now mind you, I had already asked the story from the neighbor. And apparently this very successful family, built this amazing house, got hooked on drugs, and then the police was there every other fucking day. Right? Now, mind, it's a 6-acre plot. It's only 3 houses on the motherfucker, so the neighbors got to be being tortured watching this shit happen all the time. So I'm going through this conversation. I'm getting uncomfortable. So I said, look, man, I don't know where you going with this, but, I need you to bust.
Nah, man, look, I did construction on the house, man.
He started describing some of the shit, like in my entertainment room, and I did the drop. I'm like, all right, man, I'm uncomfortable. It's time for you to go.
Nah, look, bro, it ain't even like that, bro.
So he started getting turned up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sugar, he started you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, I'm trying to just let you know that I did work here, and if you ever need a handyman, you know what I'm saying, then I'm your guy.
I'm like, bro, you're mad. There's nothing that I'm gonna want from you because you're mad and we're about to get into an altercation.
Nah.
No, he started doing this to him. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He said, no, I got tattoos too. I said, what the fuck? So I grabbed the knife and I'm holding it behind my back because I think I'm finna stab the shit out this motherfucker. I'm about to kill somebody for the first time in my life. He's like,
nah, man, ain't no problem, man. You can put that away, man. I ain't got no beef. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah.
Gets in his car and drives off. But ladies and gentlemen, Jessica went and bought several guns after that during my expungement process. You know what I'm saying? Because, ladies and gentlemen, I was terrified. For the first time in my life, I'm talking about drug dealing, wheeling, around killing. I never been frightened as I was in that moment. And y'all gotta understand, and I think y'all know me by now, I done been around some things, I done see some things, you know what I'm saying? I was never in my life as scared as I was in that moment. Probably because I thought they wouldn't believe me. I'm glad I had the ring, because if it went down, it was on tape. But and I kept his ass right there in front of the camera too. Okay, moving on. The point I'm trying to make is, y'all, you need to be making some adjustments in your life because things will only be able to be bartered in the event that there's some craziness that goes down. Tough is in your DNA. It drives your resilience. Even when they told you couldn't, you did what no one else could because you're different from the rest. Every day you work hard to conquer challenges, making the impossible happen. And tomorrow you'll do it all over again with a truck that's just as tough as you. Explore the best Ford truck for you today at Ford.com. Built Ford Tough. TKBS Nation, the time to celebrate with your friends and families are upon us. And the good folks at Glade have a new collection of limited edition fragrances for you. Everyone loves spending time with their loved ones at the dinner table as you kiki and converse. I know I love my family, but guess what? Sometimes those Brussels sprouts don't smell too good after they've been sitting in that tray. But what you gonna do? You're gonna make the best with what you got. You're gonna get the golden pumpkin and spice, that starlight and snowflakes. You're gonna change the fragrance game. From a homecoming brunch to a cozy, cold movie night, Glade is the perfect must-have to set the vibe for every celebratory occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, do what your lifestyle specialist Kenny Burns does and change the game this season with Glade. Our friends at Frito-Lay know that joy is bold, vivacious, and contagious. Joy gives life flavor, rhythm, and vibes. And when joy takes flight, it can't be contained. It is robust, more than a smile or a laugh. It's an infectious experience. So here's to all the creators that inspire us with your creativity and passion. Let's keep filling the world with joy and make sure you look out for the My Joy campaign, powered by Frito-Lay. If you like using debit over credit, don't you think it's time to get rewarded? Well, now you can with Discover Cashback Debit. It's a checking account that rewards everyone with cash back on everyday purchases, plus on all the things you've been contemplating for a really long time. So that concert, no brainer. Self-care, yes, please. Do what you love and get cash back while you're doing it. Check out eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, Red, what are you up to?
Just making sure all the M&M's gifts are wrapped and the ball's filled.
Remember that one holiday party when we had no M&M's?
Oh boy, I still have nightmares.
The cookies?
Yeah, you used all the M&M's candies that were meant to decorate the party treats, to decorate snowmen. You did it again, didn't you?
They do look cute, though.
Bringing cheer, M&M's for all fun kind.
TKBS Nation, I'm often asked,
Kenny Burns, what gives you your confidence? You always seem to meet the moment head on.
I always reply, because I'm always going to show up how I want to be received. That's why when you see me, I'm always dressed for the occasion. Whatever stage or platform I'm on, I don't shy away from the light. I embrace it. And imagine having all that presence and energy to then open my mouth and have bad breath? Nope, not me, not never. Orbit Gum is here to celebrate the nation because we wear our confidence with pride. We call it that ding. The world often wants you to stay silent, and our whole mission at TKBS is for you to use your voice as loudly and confidently as possible. Orbit Gum, making people feel fresher and more confident as soon as you open your mouth. Confidence is contagious. Do what makes you ding. This episode is sponsored by eBay Authenticity Guarantee. With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, you know you're getting the real deal. Whether you're looking for a head-turning handbag or a watch that says it all, jewelry that makes you look like the gym, or sneakers and streetwear that make every step feel fly. These days, to know for sure you're getting the real deal, go straight to eBay. When you're searching, just look for that blue check mark. It will say Authenticity Guarantee. That means when you buy it, you can be confident that it's authenticated by real experts. It's nothing like getting something and knowing it's real. Listen, when you're finally ready to buy that thing you love, you have to make sure you're not going to catch a fake. Facts, they're everywhere, and it's really tough to tell the difference for yourself. With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, that's easy. So again, look for the blue check mark. That way, when it hits your doorstep, not only do you know it's real, but the feeling you get when you put it on is also for real. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal. Visit ebay.com for terms. Let's go over a couple things that are crazy than a motherfucker right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the Congo. Are you paying attention to what's going on in Africa? It ain't just the Congo. They had a drone kill up some shit in Nigeria because it was a mistake. Was it a mistake for real? Oh, you wake up every day and you see the atrocities that are going on in Gaza. So much so, the old badass America who was standing by our Jewish brothers and sisters are now saying there's some atrocious shit going on. I cannot possibly be seeing this much death and destruction, and kids are the ones coming out the rubble. Kids are the ones being brought lifeless across these things into hospitals, makeshift hospitals, and what? You don't see Ukraine? Now that's a little piece of land, and we talking about Israel, a little piece. You talking about some little, what's with all this power that this little place has? What's with all this, you know what I'm saying, dedication? And ladies and gentlemen, it has to be back to Kendra's point, aka 5K. I didn't fucking know I was coming up with a new title for you today. I was done, but you right. It's something is designing this. This has been premeditated on some levels. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless Joe Biden. He's not fit for president anymore. Vote for him if he's the only choice. Hello, I'm saying it publicly. But ladies and gentlemen, he cannot possibly be making these decisions for us, y'all. He's not there. Are y'all not seeing this? He is not there. You're not hearing him speak a lot anymore. It's slowed down. They know we have an election coming. They haven't quite gotten Gavin Newsom ready. Like, the representation's not there. But ladies and gentlemen, that leads me to believe more and more that to Kendra's point, there's something going on. Like, there's a plan. There's something. Help me, sugar.
It's like we try our hardest to stay away from being conspiracy theorists, right. But the conspiracies be sounding real at this point.
The conspiracies be conspiracying.
Yes, they really do sound very real and actual. They don't seem like they can't happen because we keep seeing things happening.
Oh my God.
So it's like we can only do our very best to make sure that we are, in Teules' words, being good humans.
Yes. And
making sure that we are giving the world the best that we have.
Right.
And not the bear.
Yes.
Of who we are.
The bare minimum.
Because thank you. Because child, I don't know.
I got you.
So it's just crazy out here because it's like we normalize the silliness, but we're not normalizing really finding out what's going on and coming back and making sure that we are giving what we need to give.
Right.
I don't want to be out here thinking about getting a BBL or trying to make sure I got 1,000 views in an hour on
Right.
something. I mean, it's nice if I do, but that's not my goal in life.
Yeah.
My goal is to make sure that I'm doing people right. Because when people end up doing me wrong, I can look back and say, well, it's not because of something I did.
I know that's a
It's
round
not
of applause.
because of something I did. And you keep doing me wrong, I'm going to show you.
Hello?
I don't want to show you, but I will.
Ooh, all right. Red lip. Coco, Kendra, Kenya, Keisha, Karma, Kendra. Okay, there we go. 5 names. Jesus Christ. How you feel about that?
I feel like in regards to what's happening overseas, it always has to do with resources, right? Nothing happened unless there's some resources involved. And that's the reason why they're over there trying to take those people in or whatever the heck is going on with that. It's so confusing. I've done a lot of research and I still can't really figure it out.
Oh, it's power.
It's just crazy.
It's power.
It's definitely power and resources.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when it comes to like being prepared for different things, for a long time, I've always said I need to figure out how to garden, because even if I don't have meat and I have fruits and vegetables, at least I have something to live off.
Tiffany, did I not just say that this morning? I was just saying, I can grow my own shit if I need to. I'm with you.
Well, and not only that, you don't know what they're putting into the chemicals where they're growing our food at.
Child, don't start.
In such mass and selling so much land that we have no resources for that. So they're putting certain chemicals on it to reproduce so fast that it's not healthy for us.
Yeah.
Where do you think cancer and all those things are coming from?
Right.
And then not only we have to deal with diseases, we have to deal with negligent doctors that's trying to get paid off of giving you a disease that you don't have.
Absolutely.
So you can take certain medications that they get paid off of. So we just have to start looking out for ourselves and each other.
Yeah. So I don't like the ourselves part. I don't like the ourselves part. We definitely need to look out more for each other and at the same time ourselves. I do want to say this, and then you got something to say, Tiff? You want to come over here? But I got something. I wanted to say this. So, but Tiffany fucking squirming in her goddamn chair. She made me fucking forget. I feel like, and I want to get back to this robot thing really quick, because I don't think y'all understand how not only are we losing jobs to machines, not only do we have AI that is now literally can be you. Okay? Y'all heard the Drake songs. Y'all heard all the people calling people that wasn't the people. You don't think that can happen with Putin in fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like Biden, you don't think that can happen? Like, so I want y'all to understand the severity of these robots, this technology. It's not only programming us to Sugar's point. It's like you almost feel like if you don't get 1,000 likes on something, you feel away. You feel terrible. You feel like you didn't accomplish something. Well, guess what? You didn't have 1,000 motherfuckers looking at nothing yesterday. If 100 people looked, that's more than one, right? Would you not be happy with that in real life? If you were walking down the street and somebody said, "Oh, nice outfit," you'd be happy with the compliment. You wouldn't need 200,000 compliments. One person should be able to make you feel okay, and that's you, first and foremost. All right?
There it is.
Round of applause for that. But then also, too, if you're thinking about where we are and how we want to show up, you better stop giving that power to the machines. Ooh. To Tiffany's point, y'all motherfuckers talking about this land, and you don't know how to farm? You talking about, I saw somebody slaughter a goat, one of my partners. Freaked me out. But how you gonna eat? How you gonna eat? And ladies and gentlemen, I do want to say this too, because you mentioned this 5K. You know, when you talk about these big ass animals, right, with injections and all, but I've been seeing some big ass animals in general that literally was like free. I saw some turkeys that were the size of fucking, I mean, like the turkeys were so big, and they were wild turkeys. They weren't like, you know what I'm saying? But they would like, and I used to always ask my partners down in Houston at the Turkey Leg Hut, where y'all getting all these fucking turkey wings from? These big ass turkey wings the size of a chicken that would have been, you know what I mean? A fucking whole chicken. It's a wing, you know what I mean? A leg rather. But it's happening. So, I don't know where I was going with that, but I just wanted to, that's what I was going to say. It came back to me. Kendra, that's what I was going to say.
I knew it would.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go around and ask y'all, because I've been talking about the Hunger Games. And when I'm looking at the things that are going on overseas right now, and how it is the haves and have-nots, and how there is this dome, if you will, and if you're in the dome, you're good, and if you're not, it's lights out Joe Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been saying this. Sugar Kendra, I've been saying this, and I didn't really get a clear picture of that until I was seeing the Gaza thing and now this Congo thing with all those displaced people, and the fact that they don't give a fuck about us, y'all. They could care less, and I'm gonna mirror it to Leave the World Behind. When it happens, it's really gonna go down. I pray it does not happen in our lifetime. But if somebody wanna come over here and get busy, I believe there are plants here right now. You don't think during that housing crash back in 2008 and all those Asians came over here buying up everything? You don't see how in every city in America there's a Chinatown, there's a Jewish community, there's all types of community. And even we have our communities, we don't appreciate, support, or take care of them. But like, they recycle their energy. But I believe they're on assignment. I'm not saying everybody here is on assignment. I'm not saying we have, but you cannot think that in the event of World War III, that they ain't clicking back up with their people. What do y'all think about that? Because I don't think people really think about like how, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna all play out. This is the home of everybody. This is the immigrant gumbo in the world like that. But there's so many different types of, nationalities here, religions, beliefs. Where do y'all think we go? Because at the end of the day, y'all, like I'm telling you, if something was to go down, there's so many people here right now I think are with the shits.
So I 100% agree that people are going to gravitate to the people that they identify most with. Yeah. However, I don't know that I 100% agree with that. The fact that you feel like people were planted. I don't know if I agree with that, but I do think they're going to go with their people. And then the unfortunate reality is we ain't got no people to go to because we are so.
This our home.
This is our home. However, nobody can pinpoint where we're actually from, and we're so disjointed and we're crabs in a bucket. We're not together. Yeah. And so like while other people will live in the house together until they get themselves together and they buy their own house, we are here robbing Peter to pay Paul in order to make things look better than what they are, instead of really joining forces and getting it together and then branching off. Listen. So I don't know that we'll have anybody to go to. If something happened and I could get to Kansas City, I'm going to Kendra's house.
No, and that was my point earlier. My point earlier was like, y'all listen. If you don't have no real motherfucking friends, you might want to start thinking about it right now. If you're not aligned with your family, you might want to rekindle and get connected, because we reported a story last week. Former American Ambassador Victor Manuel Roca has been arrested on charges of being an agent for Cuba since 1981. He was here. And he had access to, what part of the government was he in? He was an ambassador. Yeah, he was an ambassador. Yeah, he had access to information. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't think, and that's 1981. You know how much shit done happened since 1981? How many secrets, how much trade, child?
Okay, so besides reality shows, I watch a lot of FBI files and
child, we twins. I love you, girl. Right? Yeah.
And so that is definitely a fact. I'll be watching how the CIA are watching certain people. There was a head man that was up in the FBI. I can't even think of his name right now. But they start surveillancing him because he was selling information to the Russians.
Yeah.
And then they went ahead and did you see that episode?
Yeah, that's what yes.
There's always people over here that's working in high-powered offices. I mean, to tell you the truth, I think Donald Trump gave out information to Russia.
He definitely made some deals.
Without a doubt.
Totally agree.
Definitely did. That's why he took all those files down to Mar-a-Lago up in the bathroom.
Did you say Marvel-Lago?
Whoever the hell he is. in that raggedy ass bathroom. Like,
Yeah.
you got all this money in your bathroom, ain't even remodeled.
Talk that talk. Because you got the new over at Casa de la 5K. You know what I'm saying?
It took me all off. But
No,
yeah,
that was
ever
golden.
get a chance, watch those FBI files and things like that. That's real life. Like right now, I'm watching the World War II episodes, that how it happened and the takeovers and things like that. I love those kind of things because it can happen to us today.
No, for
it's
real.
Not far-fetched.
For real. When them motherfuckers was over there in Hawaii and they was chilling, playing volleyball and goddamn riding bikes down the
They
street.
dropped them bombs
And them
on
motherfuckers came up on them motherfuckers and tore that shit up. Now, I do believe, again, I always say this. I'd rather be the bully than the bully. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. You know, in America, really, with technology and access, I'm sure they've learned from all those, I wouldn't call them mistakes, but all getting blindsided in the past. But that's why they always went over to places and bombed some shit and took some shit, because at the end of the day, they wanted to plant the American flag in and around those places so they can have eyes and ears. This is my thought process. It makes sense. 1 + 1 is 2, right? But then you look at like where we are too, y'all. Like the education system is gone. It's gone. They want you dumb. They don't even want you to have the information. I mean, they're taking out not just our black history in schools, but the process to get to where you're going, it's more like directive. You do this, you do that. We're gonna pluck you out of school because you're good at this. Don't get it twisted. CIA come get you. They come figure out, okay, you with the shits and you crazy, come on over here. Like, and it's all throughout all the political systems or governmental systems. These are all plants. So to the question and what you were saying, Kendra, I do think that. I think there are plants everywhere. And Sugar, I mean, you didn't really agree, but I think that there are people, even us, I think we done sent some people over there, and that's why these mixed babies getting chosen, and you look more Asian than this, so go on over here and do this. Oh, you look more white, but I'm just saying. I believe that. I can't, listen, we've had too much war and death to gain power, not to have learned from all the instances in which made us this superpower. So again, to your point, or what you were just saying, rather, Sugar, I believe that's what all this is about, to stay in control. And the world as we know it is changing because we are losing a bit of that grip on the world. So when you have China, Russia, and all these, Venezuela, all these people separating ties from the monetary system, or honoring, our currency to be the number one currency, or you're looking at, the trade go weird. But then they can tell us what they want to tell us. It's back to the program, because we just saw Biden, old ass over there dapping she up, you know what I'm saying? And it looked like them motherfuckers were smiling and shaking hands to me. It ain't that much disdain in the world when you see she, correct? I'm saying it right. She and Putin stand together like they about to fuck the world up. But then 2 weeks later, he was Biden. You know what I'm saying? So I've been in enough situations in my life where I could tell or call some bullshit. And a lot of this political shit is some bullshit. A lot of this, propaganda we're fed all the time is some bullshit. And I want to talk about that lastly before we wrap up, y'all, because it is the constant propaganda that makes us separate, that divides us from our families, our communities. I say it all the time. I was taught all the wrong shit. Every man example I had was cheating on his wife, beat his wife, beat his girl, talk crazy, pull pistols. That's all I was taught. That's all I saw. And then now, I didn't have Instagram growing up, social media, and I couldn't Google's everything. Now I could go 14 million steps further than the visual I saw in my living room or the visual I saw in my uncle's house. I can go see the worst of everything I ever believed that's gonna do what to most people? It's gonna bog their minds down to a place of settling. All right, I'm not gonna buck. I'm not gonna get out of pocket. I'm gonna stay with this belief system because this was working. I'm not gonna challenge the status quo. I'm gonna stay right here. And ladies and gentlemen, staying right there has us exactly where we are. It has us exactly where we are. It has us dormant. There's no individualism. I mentioned that earlier. There are no individuals. Seldom do you find an individual that has a real opinion about what they believe and are different, right? Because we're programmed daily. How do y'all feel about that, and where do you think we go?
I think I said this on an earlier episode. We really have to guard our gates. We have to be very careful about what we allow into our system, whether it's food, whether it's media, whether it's the people that are around us, whether it's what we partake in, if we have any vices. We have to be very careful with what we allow in, because it all will mold and just like create what your thought process is if you allow it to.
Yeah.
If you know how to make sure that you're good with what you're taking in and what you're putting out, you're going to be all right.
Yeah.
But if you're not okay and you know you're not strong enough, baby, if you are not a drinker, don't drink.
Hello?
If you know that 2 little drinks is going to have you laid down, rolling around, sweet love, don't do it. You ain't got to be like everybody else. So to KB's point, it's very important that we really know who we are, because if we don't, we just be trying to fit in with everybody else, and then you out here wrong because that's not even you.
Yeah. And me and Tiffany was talking about that clone shit, right? Yeah, they cloning dogs, they doing experimental shit, but you don't think humans next? Matter of fact, they might not even have to clone us. The information they feeding us are making us want to be each other, look like each other. It's gonna be like one motherfucker. You seen them, the Eminem motherfucker when he came with all them blonde hair motherfuckers. He was like, oh shit, that marketing was out of control. By the way, he had all them motherfucking white boys with blonde hair and white t-shirts and came in MTV Music Awards that year. But that is where we are every day on social media. These young men think they gotta be gangsters. Like, it's not even back in the day, to be a gangster, you really had to have some type of fortitude for pain. You know what I'm saying? You had to be able to withstand giving a fuck about people. Like, it took a lot to be a gangster. You know what I'm saying? And then, to be honest with you, you had to be bipolar to be a gangster too, because on one end I saw killers loving their daughters and treating their mamas like queen and then go out kill a whole block. So, yeah, right. Let me bust that gun. No, take the gun back. I'm sorry. I didn't want to bust that. I didn't mean that. We talking about that.
You needed to.
Okay, all right. But y'all know where I'm going. And I feel we are in a predicament, y'all, where we have to be aware at least of our surroundings and what's going on in our community. We practice and preach every day here at the Kenny Burns Show and on TKBS networks that, you know, we at least should know our neighbor, go say hello. We should, you know, the person at the corner store, the grocery store, people looking down, they just scanning and going. Check your child in, you're scanning and going. You drop your child off without releasing their hand to somebody else's hand. Where is the apocalypse coming? I'm asking you, Kendra and Sugar. Is the apocalypse coming in our lifetime? Tiffany in the corner, it's already here.
But I don't know how to gut no deers and shit. I mean, eat some canned food or something.
But even canned food ain't gonna last you but so long.
We're gonna have to plant stuff, friend.
I'm gonna have to plant. I got some deers back there, but I don't know how to cook them.
Shit, cut them motherfuckers open, clean off the fat and get to the meat.
Says the guy who won't change the light bulb.
I won't change the light bulb. I'm sorry, Kendra. I'm about to curse at Sugar for the first time. Fuck you, Sugar. Thank you. She just said.
Sorry to me, but you cuss at me all the time.
Well, yeah, because you deserve it. But Sugar, you literally just said, says the man that don't know how to change a light bulb or want to fix it.
They don't know how.
No, it's fine.
They won't.
No, listen. You're right. And when I build my 20-foot wall, I'm gonna have some motherfuckers in that wall that's gonna do all that shit. All right. While I'm out here going to kill the deers to Kendra's point, while I'm going out getting all the shit I'm supposed to do as a man, we have motherfucking here doing what they supposed to do with all that shit. All right. Armando, Miguel, somebody come up with my motherfucking ass. You hear me? I treat people too good around here.
Too far.
No. Armando's a real person. Miguel's a real person. Bring your families. I know. Look, in the apocalypse, everybody got to have a role. You better figure out what your role gonna be. Mm-hmm. It ain't gonna be. Imagine.
They can stay.
Listen, and it ain't gonna be. You can show up looking. No, you got to show up with them things. You're going to have deer on the cart. You're going to have goddamn vegetables. You're going to have, and look, you got to protect your shit now. If the world goes crazy, think about this. If the world goes crazy and anybody can run up in anything, they coming to your house. It might be daily. It might be weekly. They coming to your house. They coming where you live. It's some people out here, to my point of the gangsters, what you have to be is people that just don't give a fuck. So what you going to do? What are you going to do? I know I got my village. And I know I can have points, lookouts, pistols, guns, gasoline. You better get you some antibiotics too, by the way. I was watching the Leave the World Behind, child. Find you some antibiotics. A tick bite you. I'm just saying, you never... Listen, these are the things we are forced to think about.
Think about holistic stuff, the roots and all that kind of stuff. Think about that stuff, plant that stuff in there. You can make your own medicine now.
Yeah, come on, look at your Dr. CB. You got 6 names now. A.K.A. Dr. Sibby, not Sibby.
It gotta be Dr. Kevin.
Dr. Kevin? Hold on. A 6th name? Dr. Kevin is in the building. All right, before we get out of here, I got to talk about freak ass Tiffany because she scared me this morning, y'all. Okay, speaking of robots, all right. She said, you going to have a robot come up in your house and fuck the shit out your wife. I think I might have said that on another episode. And Tiffany tried to come back at me. But yeah, Tiffany, y'all should hear me. I do planning for the show. And when I talk to Tiffany, she be like, Tiffany, that's why we can't let her be, like, we got to give her the after show and give her like a little... She will take y'all somewhere else. She literally told me about a robot that's going, and she's like, how a man supposed to go after that nigga? I'm like, what nigga? She said, the robot. I said, this is crazy. Like, this is motherfucking crazy. So I just want y'all to know what I'm dealing with over here. So be fearful, fellas, your wife and that robot they selling that Tesla. I was in the thing. He ain't had no parts, but by the time they released the motherfucker, might have some parts. Look, she said,
oh my God, somebody lock me out.
No, but I'm saying, listen, the future is here. I'm not scared. I'm getting prepared. All right.
Thank you for tuning in.
And I thank you. Get sugar way to go. And I thank y'all for tuning in. All right. Any last words for the nation as we enter the apocalypse?
Bye.
Goodbye. All right, Kendra, take us out of here, baby.
1, 2, 3.
The dream is real. Yeah, get you one of them robots. The dream is real.